fell for this. Think of how many other people are out there suffering.
Team 10 investigating complaints from customers who say they were misled after buying hundreds of dollars worth of skincare products at a local upscale mall.
Investigator Melissa Mecija shows us why the La Jolla store, Gold Elements, may not be following the law.
These women don't know each other, yet had similar complaints. When these unhappy customers tried to return unopened products, they said they were sold lies. Christiana Ortiz regrets walking through these doors.
I'm honestly very embarrassed that I fell for it.
Last summer, she said Gold Elements employees encouraged her to purchase products, including a skincare regimen.
He wanted me to buy it for $400. I said, yeah, that's not going to work. He says, I'll tell you what, I'll throw in a facial. And I was like, yeah, now that sounds interesting, but I don't want to come here alone. He says, I'll throw in 2 facials.
She was in. Later that day, she looked at her receipt sent via email.
And then I was nervous, and especially when I got the receipt in the email and it didn't say anything about the facials. So I called that day and I said, I want to book those facials.
When she went to her appointment, she said employees wouldn't give her the facials she paid for.
I said, I want to return the stuff then. And he said, no return. I said, I paid for something that was an outright lie.
Christiana said they never told her no refunds. She disputed the charge with her credit card. She couldn't believe what happened next.
They sent me back the copy of my receipt, along with another sheet of paper that listed out the refund policy. I had never seen that sheet of paper. Didn't exist.
You're hustled.
Sharon Garrow spent nearly $4,500 on Gold Elements products in September. She admits spending more than she should. When she tried to return the products the following morning,
He says, well, there's no return on this product. And I says, what?
it was on her receipt, but like Christiana, she signed on a computer. She said that policy was never visible on the screen. So verbally, no one ever told you anything?
Never, never, never.
In the store, were there any signs?
No, there were no signs.
After hearing the women's stories, our investigative photojournalist also visited the store. Did you see any return policy?
Saw no return policy posted anywhere. I had time to kind of look around, look behind the register, look at the registers.
On the Attorney General's website, it says stores that do not accept returns must clearly display their policy. The Civil Code says signs should be posted at each register and counter, entrance, tag on the items, or retail sellers' order forms. There is an exception, goods that can't be resold due to health considerations. Both women said they didn't open the boxes.
I mean, I was just in shock.
I visited the store to get answers. There were no managers, just an independent esthetician who told me to contact a Gold Elements promoter. That person didn't answer. Less than an hour later, a man who claimed he's the owner called me. He confidently told me they always give the best help to customers and haven't had problems with refunds. A different story on the Better Business Bureau website. The store has an F rating. We also found a 2017 class action lawsuit filed in Northern California against Gold Elements products and affiliated companies. Part of the complaint, that complimentary facials weren't honored when customers tried to use them.
If I got taken, so many other people are probably getting taken.
Team 10 discovered the La Jolla store could also be violating a different state code. Right on Gold Elements' wall, a facials price list. The Board of Barbering and Cosmetology said a business that charges for facials should have an establishment license. This store has no record of that license. The women still upset.
He says, I'm sorry, we can't do anything about that. And I said, you're kidding me.
With a warning for others.
It's not like I'm a dummy about this stuff. Do what I usually do, which is maybe check reviews ahead of time.
I asked the man who said he was the owner for an in-person interview, but he wouldn't agree. He said he wasn't in town. He also told me all future communication would be with his lawyer. I asked for his lawyer's name, but he wouldn't give it to me. He ultimately hung up. The AG spokesperson told me that if any consumer has complaints about a return policy or lack of a policy, they can file a complaint with their office. Melissa Mecija, Team 10.